With a 20-yard run up.
Dear! Good ball for Roberto Carlos. Popped into the penalty area towards Zidane.
Nani.
Rooney! Oh, wonderful! Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero!
Hello, good morning. Savva here from Football Heritage TV. Hope everyone was okay with the tune. It's a new tune so that I don't get demonetized. Hope everyone is well. Happy Monday to you. Someone do me a favor. There's a massive bus over the road from me. Just out there, there's a massive bus. Could somebody go and pick Ange Postecoglou up from underneath it? Because boy, has this guy been thrown under a bus already by this absolutely shocking football club. Good morning to you. I'll have a rant. We'll have a laugh with it. I was really, really annoyed yesterday. But hey, it is what it is. It's unbelievable. There's 195 of you in here already, and we haven't even really started. You know the rules, people. You know the rules. Smash that like button on the way in. Let's not play this game. There's 40 likes. There's 199 of you in here now. Just smash the like button. If you would like to subscribe, please do. I've had a lot of subscribers overnight. Let's get that up to, we're only 400 and a bit off of 8K already. We only hit 7K 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, we are flying. So thank you for coming on that journey with me. Just to give you an update, what's happening today. So today we've got this show, which obviously runs for an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. Then I will release my daily video at about 2:30 p.m. And then tonight, back by popular request, demand, I'm going to have a fan phone-in show that will be starting at 7:45 p.m. So it'll be right after Henry's show, 7:45 p.m. So people can come on. I will be rotating people in and out. So please, when you come on for those things, please do not be alarmed or upset. Where are we? And yes, sorry, somebody just there talking rubbish to me. But yeah, listen, what's happening in the world of Tottenham? So in the last 24 hours, we've heard that we are still in pursuit of Tapsoba and Van der Ven, but they are both elusive. What that means is, I'm going to paraphrase that. That means that Daniel Levy won't pay the money. They're elusive because their club wants some real cash, not monopoly money. What else has happened? Alistair Gold this morning has said this. Let's have a look at this. This is exactly what Alistair Gold has said. He has said, and I'll show you so you see I'm not lying. There you go. Alistair Gold has said, there is a growing expectation Tottenham will make a bid for Fulham's Tosin Adarabioyo as one centre-back arrival. The 25-year-old is believed to be keen on the move. Now, we'll get into that shortly. I've got nothing against Tosin. I think he's decent. But again, is this the centre-halves, the top centre-halves that we've been looking for? Are we literally just going cheap? Because I think if someone could tell me if I'm wrong, isn't Tosin another one with a year left on his contract? Can someone let me know in the chat? Has Adarabioyo got 1 year left on his contract? What else has happened? Hojbjerg has apparently agreed personal terms, according to Gary Jacob, who gets a lot right. Apparently, Gary Jacob has said that Hojbjerg has agreed personal terms with Athletico Madrid. Thank you, Ash, for confirming. There you go. Cheap signing, typical Spurs deal. Player's got 1 year left on his contract. Let's go and sign him because we don't want to pay the money to get our actual two targets. It is, listen, and again, I've got nothing against Tosin Adarabioyo. For me, I'm happy if he's one of my four. Yeah? If you had Romero, Van der Ven, Tapsoba, and Tosin, I'm happy with that. But what we're going to have is Romero, Tosin, and then I don't know what, Nelson. I don't know. What are we, I don't know. It just all feels very, very cheap. We'll get into that. We will get into that. I hope everybody, hang on, what's Henry Wright saying to me? Henry Wright is saying to me, yeah, he agrees. Ash, he agrees. Henry Wright's just messaged me saying we'll sign Tosin and Van der Ven. I've never known a deal like it, Van der Ven. Honestly, it's to the point where if we sign him now, I'm not even excited. And that's awful on the guy because, it's taken so long to get to well, we're not even getting it done. It's taken so long to get to this point. Here's a few things I wrote out. I shared these with my main man, Brian Daigle, earlier, just to see if I'd missed anything. Big up Brian in the chat. Hope you're well. Where are we? Spurs for life. I said, Savva, massive bust. Savva already backtracking from his earlier take that Ange will be a hit because Conte was rubbish. Unfortunately, already we've got our first twat in the chat. Spurs for life. As I said, we will watch better football under Ange Postecoglou. He will be a success if we give him some. I'm not even asking for Bastonis, just some decent defenders. So I do think Ange will have us playing much better football than Conte. So I don't understand what I said that's rubbish there. God, I hate how moronic some of our fan base are. I sent this to Brian Daigle. Big up Brian. He'll tell you the same. I sent him this morning and said, this is Tottenham Hotspur this summer, right? This is Tottenham Hotspur this summer. Let me know if you want to add anything to this. If you disagree with any of this, let's go. Spurs are the 9th richest club in the world. We made the 3rd highest sports revenue of any sports club last year. It's been 40 days since the transfer window opened. 40 days, sorry. It'll be 40 days in 12 hours. So 40 days since the window opened. Only Harry Winks has left the club. Only Harry Winks has left the club. Yeah, you can say Lucas Moura, but he was always going on a free. Danjuma went back on loan. Longley went on loan. Only Harry Winks has been sold from the football club. The signings we've made so far are a free transfer because a club is in a country where there's a war going on. A 17 million goalkeeper and a player that we signed from a team that got relegated that had 1 year left on his contract. Ticket prices have been put up. Only one match has been played, and there's 19 days until the season starts. So that means most of the players have only had 45 minutes. No new centre-backs have arrived. No defensive midfielder has arrived. No one knows what's happening with Harry Kane. The Harry Kane situation is rumbling on. The Scott Munn situation was an absolute shambles. There's no director of football. And on top of that, Spurs are the only club surely that would travel to Thailand during monsoon season, then travel from there to Singapore to play a team that will give us absolutely no game at all. It's not looking good, is it? It's not looking very, very good. Absolutely, Ash. Lion City Sailors. So that means in a week's time, we would have played 2 games. Players might have had 45 minutes in both games. So players might have had 90 minutes under their belt against West Ham's B team and the Lion City Sailors. As me and Brian and I were discussing the season, as Brian and I were discussing this morning, we said the shambles of it is you've got a new manager coming in to implement a new ethos and philosophy. You would thought they would have wanted as much time on the training field together as possible. But instead, we're flying to Australia, flying to Thailand, flying to Singapore, flying back, then Barcelona, then back. It's almost like we've got no interest in actually settling down and being a football team. Why did we not stay in London, give the players as much time at base camp, i.e. Hotspur Way, at base camp? That way, any incomings and outgoings, the players are all there. They can come into Levy's office. I'm just absolutely staggered by the, I don't know, the neglect, the inept nature of how we run. What's more baffling to me is the number of fans. It's the number of fans that still back it. It is baffling to me. The number of fans that still back it. My mate has come back in and said, no, mate, if you think critically, it's the fans who are glorifying Ange without any proof. I don't think anyone's glorifying Ange. They like the way he plays football, Spurs for life. I don't know why that's really that difficult to understand. Some fans, didn't like Conte's way of playing. I'm one of them. I like Ange's way of playing. I'm not sure what is the big hoo-ha. I don't understand why you're making it a big thing. But hey, it is what it is. There are so many comments in the chat. I won't be able to get through to them. I won't be able to get through to them at all. There are so many comments. I do apologize. As always, smash that like button, people. Come on, absolutely smash that like button. If you want to be guaranteed for a message to be read out, just put it in a super chat. If not, I will try and get to as many of them as possible. It's, for me, I think the worrying thing about all of this is that we know how Daniel Levy operates. We knew this was going to happen, and still he's being backed. Still, people, I mean, I won't read them out, but I'm thinking of doing a show where I don't mention the name, but I read out YouTube responses I get. I got responses last night that said things to me like, I put a video out yesterday. I'm sure most of you saw it. I put a video out saying, look, the club is a disgrace, which I think it is. I think the club runs like an absolute disgrace. We don't do anything on time. We don't do anything to a plan. Absolutely, Ben. Absolutely. 50% of all revenue super chats goes to the British Heart Foundation. Boom. So I put this video out yesterday talking about how we're not run properly, no centre backs, this, that, the other, only Winks are gone. And I got responses saying to me, you're so reactionary. And I'm like, is this reactionary? Hasn't this been happening for 15, 20 years? Am I reactionary? Someone else said this. Let's have a look. Should we have a look at some of the comments that were said to me yesterday, which absolutely made me laugh? One of them cracked me up completely. Somebody said to me, God, there's so many comments. So many comments. One of them said to me, here we go. This was my favorite. You're such an alarmist. An alarmist. It's like this person doesn't know our football club. If we do get a centre-back, it will probably be on a 5-year contract. So what's a couple more weeks? Again, what's a couple more weeks? The people that don't understand that you need to bring players in, bed them in. People that don't understand this is the most problematic area of our pitch for the last 5 years. But what's another couple of weeks? Yeah, get them in the day before the season starts. Yeah, they don't need any time with their teammates. I've been called Savva. Savva's been called arrogant, not because you want to see new centre-backs, but because of how you reply to fans' opinions, which you ask for, then slate them. Fair? For someone who lives in London, yet doesn't go to see Spurs play, well, you're not in the Chris Cowling status, huh? Now, let that sink in. Let that sink in. Someone who won't go because he won't put his money. Bearing in mind, loads of people in here will have seen me at games and known for years and years I had season tickets, went to games. I won't go now because I won't feed Daniel Levy any money. Now that's being used against me. On top of that, this is the guy that told me the day before that VDV and Tapsoba coming in wouldn't be better than Davinson Sanchez. So again, what this is it's the army of fans that do the retrospective game. And what I mean by the retrospective game is this. The retrospective game is, oh, well, when we sold Bale, we bought badly, so we shouldn't ever sell another player again. like the events from Gareth Bale have anything to do with 12 years later or whatever we are on from that time, 10 years later. Like the two don't connect. It's we shouldn't buy this player for 60 million because Ndombele didn't work at 60 million. It doesn't work like that. No other club works like that. Man United have bought Lukaku, who didn't work out. Pogba, you could say, maybe didn't work out. Right? Maguire didn't work out. These players are signed for big money. Does that stop Man U then going and signing other players for big money? Has it stopped them going, Anana, 55, 60 million, done. Anthony, 90 million, done. Jadon Sancho, done. No. These clubs buy players, they don't all work out, and they go again. We have fans that keep doing this retrospective thing. Mark has said, mate, we can have debates, of course, but come on, let's keep positive also. After what Conte put the players, club and fans through, we all deserve better. Postecoglou is a breath of fresh air. But Mark, for there to be positives, to keep positive, we need to see the club doing the right things. I've just reeled off a list of things at our club which aren't right. And then responses from people like you are, let's stay positive. Where's the positivity from the club? Where is it? Rafa said, I don't go anymore, Savva. I might go if Levy finally shows some ambition. I just want to see a plan. I just want to know, what am I paying into? I don't want to pay 70, 80, 90 pounds. It's not that I can't pay it. I don't want to pay it to watch Eric Dyer, Ben Davis, Oliver Skip. I'm sorry, I don't want to pay that much money to watch really average footballers. I don't. If I'm paying 80, 90 quid, I want them to be getting into top centre-halves, get in a top defensive midfielder. Yes, as said, I don't always agree with Savva, but he's more of a Spurs fan than the idiots like Chris Cowlin, who get paid by the club and just smile. Ignorance is bliss. Listen, Chris Cowlin's a massive Spurs fan. Of that, I've got no doubt. He's a massive, massive Spurs fan. But telling everyone it's okay is fine. It's not reality. It's not real. Danny, big up in the chat. Nice to meet you on Friday night, mate. Said, Savva, you're a realist. Same as me and many others. Some are just blind as a bat to what goes on. We are meant to be a football club. Absolutely. Exactly. We're meant to be a football club. Carl Valencia said, we are one injury away from a Davis-Dyer centre-back combo. Now, do you know what? Do you know what, Carl? This is the worry, isn't it? This is the concern. That's what we are. Even with Romero in the defence, we're bad. Now take him out and you've got Davis and Dyer. Yeah, it's really bad. Morning, Phil. Elvis has said no central defenders to bed in for pre-season despite record goals conceded last season. This is what I don't get. But all of these fans say things like, have patience. The window's not shut yet. And you're like, oh my God, stop. Please stop. Stop with this. Absolutely, Phil P. Absolutely. Alarm bell should be ringing in every fan's ears. Absolutely. Paul has said, I've given up on the team I've supported for 42 years. Levy out. El Dante said, Levy constantly says the right words, but never acts on them. If Arsenal can spend 200 million roughly, then why are we messing about? Listen, it's a shambles. It's a shambles. Listen, I'm trying to get through to as many comments as possible. Yeah, Robert, my worry is now in this pre-season, we've gone from Roma to the Lion City Sailors to having games removed. So basically, Spurs have gone to Thailand for nothing. We're now going to Singapore for nothing. We've gone to Australia for one game. I mean, what are we doing? Money, money, money commercial. Get back to London, get to Hotspur Way, let the players come into the training ground every day, play 4, 5, 6, 7 friendlies against, I don't know, West Ham, Wimbledon, QPR, Watford, play locally. Play Aston Villa, play whoever, clubs in the Midlands, play. I don't understand how we make such a cock-up of everything. Absolutely everything. Nana Hotspur, big up to Nana Hotspur. Not seen the name before, but thank you very much. I hope all is well with you, and thank you so much for the super chat. I said, Enoch are the problem. They need to go. We are a laughing stock, and it's so wrong. When will it end? It won't unless they leave. And the problem is, and this is where I slightly, obviously, Brian and I are really good friends, but this is where we differ. I still don't even think protesting gets rid of them, because we're not protesting against football club owners anymore. We're protesting against owners of a multi-corporation, NFL, boxing, Formula One, concerts, golf courses. We're not protesting anymore against football. We're protesting against everything. And they've built what they needed to for a reason. They've built what they set out to build. Kudos makes a good point. So, Mark, why be positive with the worst centre-halves in Europe playing a high line? Yeah. Big up, Kate. Big up, Kate. How are you, love? I said, how can we be positive? It's years of failure and neglect at our club, and that's why we are stagnant. Yeah, absolutely. Finn Rickwood just going with the old purple and gold until we're sold. Absolutely. Chelsea are a prime example. They buy loads of strikers. They buy loads of players that don't work out, but they go again and again. That's what you have to do. It's what you have to do. How can we put this, right? Is if I buy a car that I don't like, right? If I buy that car that I don't like and it doesn't work and everything's wrong with it, how long until I move it on and I go to the next car? Or do I just keep having this car that doesn't work properly? I'll keep getting it serviced. Or like, surely. Tifo IRL just did a great video breakdown on why we should sell Kane and the profile of the centre forward Tottenham need. Yeah, a lot of fans won't want to see that, but I will watch that because Sean and I had a good chat about this yesterday. That if you actually break it down, Kane isn't the type of striker that Postecoglou works with. But I'm not going to get into Harry Kane at the moment. But yeah. We could be in a relegation battle next season. Levy would still increase the match day prices. I think it's an absolute shambles. Dom's Jubria said, you watching the Liverpool pre-season game at 12? Yeah, I'll stick it on. I watched Newcastle Villa last night. I watched Brighton Chelsea the night before. These teams, some of these teams look sharp. Some of these teams look sharp, ready to go. It's a concern. So there are so many. I think AC Milan played Real Madrid as well. I saw little bits of that. That was 3-2 to Real Madrid. Paul Shepard said, calling all serious Spurs fans, stop giving money to ENIC. Levy out, ENIC out. It's why I won't go. It's why I won't go, honestly. But people keep going. They keep spending all their money there. And what do you do? Like, how do you get around that? Oryx Beats, big up, Oryx. Hope you're well. Savva, the realist. Listen, I've always said the same. I think people are making out that what I'm saying this year is some sort of anomaly for me. I've been saying this for years. Many people I know have been saying this for years. Pete, who streams with me, has been saying this for years. Pete has been saying it for years. Brian, Henry, Stell. I mean, I could got loads of people in the chat that I speak to in my old YouTube channel on Instagram, on when I was on Twitter, have been saying the same. I'm not a maverick. Loads of people have been saying this for years. But for everyone that says it, there are 2 or 3 people that think it's okay. There's 2 or 3 that think it's okay. They're like, oh, those negative bunch over there, they're negative. I bet they're fun at parties. I love that one. I love that one. Like, you know, like, because I don't like the owners, I go into a party and, you know, I get my pint and I just sit in the corner going, yeah, don't talk to me. Sorry, no, I don't care. No, I don't find that joke funny. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've never understood those idiots. But hey, we live in a really weird world. Where are we? So many comments. I mean, big up to everyone. I'm really loving this morning. Good energy from people in the chat. Only 136 likes and 472 people already in the chat. Come on, people. We know what to do by now. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Come on. Thank you to the 3 people who have. We're chasing down 8,000 now. We are flying. We're chasing down 8,000. As I said, there will be a Spurs fan call-in show tonight at 7:45 p.m. after I've been live with Henry Wright TV at 6 p.m. So live with Henry Wright at 6, and then he's going to direct everyone over to me anyway. Big up Flight Wayne said he's tuning in from Kenya. Wow. Long way away. Yeah, we don't have a defense. Yes, that's the worry. That is truly the worry. So what do we all make of it, people? What do we all make of it? Tosin Adarabioyo. Now, again, as I said, I'm not against him, by the way. I'm not against him. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he's better than most of our defenders. I think he'd probably be a lot better in the air than Romero as well. He's quick across the ground. If we buy him, we've got to buy someone else as well, right? It can't just be Tosin. So what do you make of Tosin Adarabioyo? Would you be happy with Tosin and VDV? Because I don't think Tapsoba's ever going to get over the line with the money that they want. I truly don't believe it. I truly don't believe it. There you go. Just so you know, this is what we're going to be doing later. A call-in show with Savva. There I am, donning my grey T-shirt, couple of mobile phones. And this. Spurs to be for Tosin. Cheap FC. So look forward to those. So many comments, so many comments. Legend, I'm just saying legend. Thank you to my thumbnail guy. Do you know what? I was actually showing Sean and Henry in one of our WhatsApp groups last night that I had a thumbnail made up on the 28th of June. I had a thumbnail made up that said Van der Ven, here we go, right? You'll see it if we ever sign him. Said Van der Ven, here we go. And this was at the height of Spurs are close to agreeing a deal. Medical's nearly done. That was the 28th of June. I got my thumbnail guy to do my Van der Ven, here we go, ready in anticipation. And we're now, 28, 29 days later. We still can't get it done. Who's News has said, you have your list. Often don't get your first targets and you work down the list. Celtic learn to find players at the correct price. English Premier League teams get held to ransom. Do you know what? For me, I've got no problem if it's not Van der Ven and it's not Tapsoba. But then move on, right? Move on to the next ones. Where are the next ones? Who's coming in? Ravi has said, you tell me, what does beating City and getting a few wins in the Prem if Spurs don't win trophies, titles? Are you saying, what does it mean to beat them if we don't win the Prem? Well, look, I mean, I don't think anyone expects us to win the Prem. Let's be brutally honest. So we have to take these small wins when we get them. But I agree with you. We beat Man City and everyone goes in raptures, don't they? But listen, we have so little to cheer about. I get it. Yeah, it was 3-3. Villa Newcastle, 3-3. Good game. Tell you what, I thought Douglas Luiz looked really good. But both teams looked sharp. The players looked fitter and sharper. But Brett has said VDV Medical today. I've been hearing that one for about 30 days. Just saying, thank you to the two people that have just subscribed as well. We're now on 7,565. There we go. 7,565. Can we get to 7,600 by the end of the show? That's 35 subscribers. Aussie 12 said Spurs should have been protesting, tearing down White Hart Lane. Now only got a kitchen on a shirt, not a football club. There is no Spurs, only Enoch. It's heading that way. Oryx Beats said Kamada is available for a free. Decent player, Kamada. Decent player. Ben, I've been called that since 2007 when I first said Levy out. I wouldn't worry about it, mate. Sometimes what it means is when you're negative, it means that you're not just saying everything's great for the sake of it. On West Ham channels, they seriously believe they're a bigger club than Spurs. I mean, look, my West Ham mates are intolerable at the moment because of obviously winning in Europe. Let them have their moment. We'll see what they do this year. Let them have it. Yeah, this is the problem, isn't it? East London Gooner. The problem is that fans of other clubs like your club obviously look over and go, "Oh, let them keep Enoch. They're no threat all the while Enoch are there." That's the worry, isn't it? Phil Coyes has said £45 for Spurs play and Leicester have it on their website for free. Levy and Enoch don't give a toss about the fans. It's all about the money and not on the football pitch. I wonder if anyone gets a refund for part of their Spurs play for yesterday. I wonder. Kate said, I like Tosin. I think he is highly underrated, to be honest. Cool. Listen, I'm all for that. All I know is it can't just be Tosin, right? I'm all for Adebayo coming in. We've got to get in someone else alongside him. For me, I think, we're one injury away, as someone said. When Romero goes to play for Argentina, he tends to disappear for ages. We need to have 3 or 4 centre-backs that we're comfortable with. 24Z, big up 24Z, always in the chat. Said, go and get the main priority. That's my fault. It's not enough. Mate, I hear you. Rafa said, the only way to get rid of them is to stop going to games, protests, and stop spending your money on merchandise, Spurs play, Now TV, etc. I just don't think that will ever happen. I agree with you. I don't think it will ever happen. I just think too many people want to go. Too many people don't think there's anything wrong. This is the problem. Steve D, big up channel member, has said, in lots of situations, being negative is better than being positive. Listen, I agree with you. I just think it's the word negative. Like, honesty these days is called negative. Yeah? Saying a fact is offensive to people. Oh, you've hurt my feelings. Yeah, but my fact doesn't care about your feelings. That's the key thing. It doesn't make someone a better fan just because they stick their head in the sand and think everything's all right. And like the comment I just read out about me being an alarmist, I sit there. So is it peeing down with rain again? What is wrong with this country? It's not quite monsoon weather, but it is peeing down with rain. Like the comment I read out to you guys, like calling me an alarmist and saying, oh, don't worry, we'll sign a player in 2 weeks. What's the rush? It's like, I just don't understand how these fans say the same thing every year. I heard this, hands up. Who heard this all last window about centre halves? The window's not shut. Don't worry, we'll get one in. Right, and we're still sitting here over a year later going, all right, where are they? Where are they? This isn't the real Hot Jennings, is it? This isn't the real Hot Rory Jennings. I wish it was. I'd love to debate that guy. Tim has said good player, but isn't a statement player. But any improvement right now is welcome. Yeah, there is that way of looking at it. 24 said Tapsoba isn't even that expensive. They want 50 million euros. That's like 44 million, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. No, he won't be coming on the call-in show. I can't be dealing with all this brown paper bag, the wrong uns in the mud. Listen, if you come onto my fan call-in show, talk football. Yeah, talk football. I don't want to be talking about mud and brown paper bags and what is that? Ash7 has said, price aside, Tosin is a good centre-back. Better backup by far that we already have, is also homegrown. I don't doubt that, but it's got to be complemented with someone else, right? It's got to be complemented with someone else. Someone else. 1 second. Yeah. So it's got to be complemented with someone else. I truly, truly, truly believe that. Mark said maybe not Tosin and VDV, but Tosin and Tapsoba. Yes. Stewie Spurs said Tosin is good, and if we've got him and VDV or Tapsoba, I'd be happy. But it just feels like he had a first choice, but more the cheaper choice. That's my worry. It's like, if he was the first choice, why have we not gone out and got it done by now? Ben has said, can't believe we're not in for Bella Kochap. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm just talking to Rants for his show later. Legend. This is the thing. You've got players like Bella Kochap that are available. It seems like we spent the whole window chasing 2 centre halves that we can't get in. Sonic Pelican, Tosin is a good backup. Yes, I said we need 3 centre backs minimum. Will never happen, but VDV and Nelson Tosin will be sufficient. It will be Tosin, Longley, and a dire extension. Don't. Hey. Yeah, Mark, sort it out, man. Listen, big up to everyone in the chat. There are 515 of you in here. Smash the like button. We need to get to 200 likes as quickly as possible. I don't make any apologies in asking. As I've told many people, in the next 6 to 12 months, I'm going to start making this my business, my YouTube channel. So for me, I need to grow. I need to get it out there. And you guys can help me by literally clicking a button. Yeah. Oh, God. Perchy has some terrible takes, doesn't he, that bloke? Spurs for Life is back and said, at Savva, McQueen made a factual point on last one on PSA that fans who are crying about delaying signings should look at the last window when transfers were made early and how did that work out. That's not a factual point. Again, this is what people like Lee McQueen say because they don't want to call the club out because they're attached to the club, right? Last season's summer window has no bearing on this window. When we signed the players last window has no bearing on this window. So if we had signed Tapsoba 4 weeks ago, that would have meant it won't work out because it was signed in the beginning of the window. How silly can you be? What an awful point that is. That's not a factual point. You need to go back and watch them, honestly, because if that's the sort of crap that Last Word on Spurs are coming out with, you are welcome to watching them. It's unbelievable, some of the nonsense you read. Again, it's comments like this, people, whether it was Lee or this guy saying it, it's comments like this again and again and again that brainwash fans into thinking that, oh, well, we haven't bought players because it didn't work at the beginning of last season. Well, you know why last summer's window didn't work, Spurs for Life? Funnily enough, because we didn't go and get centre-backs again. again, it's absolutely, I just can't understand. I can't understand. You know what? Next summer will be the same. We'll be having the same conversations. I'll be told I'm negative. Everyone else will tell me be patient. Yada, 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 yada. Oh my God, I just can't unbelieve in it. I can't understand it. El Dante said Newcastle supporters saying that they're a bigger club than us. First time in 20 years they get top four. No major trophy since 55. No, they're not bigger than us. I think what we will see is I think they will start making moves in the next few years. I think they will progress bigger than us, but they're definitely not a bigger club than us. But I don't understand. You know, when fans have these debates about who's a bigger club, what does it really matter? We're so badly run. Does it matter if we're bigger than Newcastle? Surely it matters who's the better run, and it's definitely not us. Big up Kate with a super chat. Thank you so much. I said Tosin and VDV. I'm happy, but can see Nelson. I agree with you, Kate. It's the worry, isn't it? It is that worry. Bill, knowing our luck, we'll sell Davinson Sanchez and replace him with Davinson Sanchez Peters. Don't. We're honestly so bad. Listen, do you know what? I watch a lot of Ben Shapiro. And again, this Ben Shapiro is great. Again, everything's facts. He doesn't care about feelings. Everything's facts. Absolutely brilliant. Evan has said Tosin is back up for Romero if he comes, but you can guarantee we'll be 5 million short. Well, the problem for me is if you bring in Tosin, you've got to get him in the team for his height, right? Because he can play. He's good on the ball and he's good in the air. He's got a few mistakes in him, of course, but hey. Oh, mate, he's too big time for me. He's not going to respond. Look, his sensational takes get him on TalkSport. And listen, if you want to do that, anyone can come on a screen and shout. It's fine. The people that come on and scream and shout that don't actually have a lot of good points seem to be liked for their screaming and shouting. He doesn't scream and shout, but his takes are just so out there that people watch him. It's just madness. Faz says, Savva, we'd be happy with Tosin and VDV. I mean, if you're going to get them in and they come in this week, I'll be happy with that. It's got to be both of them, though. It can't be one of them. I agree. I don't think Tapsoba will happen. I reckon the fact that they want money, yeah, I am. Proper money tells me I don't think we'll get them. Guys and girls, please, thank you to the 2 people that are subscribed. Keep smashing that subscribe button and keep smashing the like button. We're at 206 likes, and there's 520 of you in here. I'm sure there's 20 or 30 of you that haven't subscribed but watch, so please do. Zoe, big up to you. I said spot on Savva. Last season we were promised we would spend the same amount as Romero on a left-footed centre-back. I will ask again, where has the money gone? Yeah, we got Longley on loan instead. That's Tottenham. That's for all those people like Spur for Life having a go at me. That's what they want. They want their Longleys on loan. They get what they deserve. Bang on, Sam. I think they've got to rip up some contracts. I think they've got to, truly got to. The fact that Harry Winks is the only player that has left by the 24th of July and 19 days till the season starts is utterly, utterly shocking. I'm just embarrassed. I'm really, really embarrassed at times. Shafay, big up, channel member, big supporter of the channel. And by the way, for all channel members, we will be doing next week, we'll start our channel only member shows. Just Savva, I've had enough. I'll be left centre back. You be right centre back. Let's take it into our own hands. I'll tell you what, we'd play with a bit more pride and passion, wouldn't we? But I don't think they need a 40-year-old Savva at right centre back. I think Romero might be a little bit better than me. Oh, come on. Oh, again, Mark, how are we not learning? How can it be the same every window and we don't think it's Daniel Levy? How do every other club get it done? But when we do, we always blame someone else. Oh, come on, please. Phil has said, why do we think deals for Van der Ven and Tapsoba are taking so long? Is it because we need players out first, structure of payments? It's an absolute joke how we haven't got these defenders in. Mate, Daniel Levy, same as always. Daniel Levy, it's the same every window. For those people, not saying you, but people have said, oh, well, we can't sign until we let players go. Other clubs do it. Other clubs act like big clubs. Rip up those contracts. Get these players in. It is embarrassing now. Terry, big up to you from down under. Hope you're well. Yeah, the inactivity it's just boring now, isn't it? Like other clubs in their summer windows that are happy and looking forward to it. And we're all sitting here going, we still haven't addressed a 5-year problem at centre half. And just absolutely raging about continue being asked about signings that were supposed to be done weeks ago. I'm sure he is. He's learning quickly how Daniel Levy works. He came out 6 days ago, if anyone remembers, and said that after the who do we play? West Ham. After the West Ham game, he came out, didn't he, and said, we will be signing defenders. We're working on it. We've been working on it for a while. And yet a week later, we're still here. Still here. How can it take that long? Yeah, listen, I'm not knocking it. I'm cool with Tosin signing. Doesn't make me go, oh my God, we're really, really good. But it makes me think it's better. But Sammy Mehmet said, hope Kane goes for free and sticks two fingers up to Levy. Levy is destroying our club. Yep. Rich said, Lee McQueen. Listen, I've got nothing against Lee. I don't know the guy, but when I watch him play, he can't quite get his point over the line. He can't quite turn around and go, Levy, Enoch out, they've done terrible. He'll just say enough to be in both camps. It's bad. But to say how did signing players early last window work out is absolutely embarrassing. All right, Beat said, West Ham are like 15th for major trophies won. We are 6th. But both West Ham and the Toons are below us. We are bigger than them 100%. I mean, but what does that mean, Oryx? Like, what does it mean? I mean, we can say they're both below us, but Newcastle are now in the Champions League, signing players like Tonali. West Ham have just won a European trophy. You know, like, it's all well and good Spurs fans sitting here saying we're bigger than them. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You know, every now and then I tune in and I like Ricky. I really like Ricky. I think he's a really good host. But when I watch some of his guests, I'm just like, no one will actually come out with harsh truths. Everyone's like, well, maybe we haven't signed a centre-back for this. No, say it as it is. It's how we do things every window. Come on. Come on. You hate me. Did you watch Jackson? Is that Jackson for Chelsea? I saw his cameo the other night. Yeah. Listen, they just don't want to tell the truth. Conte was the reason it didn't work. I don't know what that's in response to, but yeah, don't get me started on him. Yes, we do need a left-footed centre-back after Tosin. Has to be VDV. I think Van der Ven, the more you look at him, the more you see him and his profile and the way Ange Postecoglou sets up his teams, the identity of his football. I think this guy just suits everything about what's needed. I really, really do. Brian Daigle, big up, has said season after season, window after window, manager after manager, the excuses we hear and are told are the reasons we had an awful window get worse and worse, as well as more laughable. It's always Levy. But Brian, you can see there's people in this chat. There's people in this chat right now saying, but how do you know we can blame Levy? Someone messaged me today and said, Savva, you're being harsh on Levy. It's clearly Leverkusen and Wolfsburg why the deal can't be done. Come on, clearly it's that we won't pay what they want. And if we won't pay what they want, like, for example, where I would let Levy off is this. If Spurs had bid 50 million euros or whatever, 50 million pounds, whatever, for Tapsoba, and they said, no, we want 65. And if Spurs go, well, 65 is way too much for a player of that ability. And if they walk away and then the next week they go and buy another player who's on the list, cool. But they don't. We're in talks with them still. You can either get the player or you can't. Big up, people. There's mad numbers in here right now. There's 565 of you in the chat. And over 320 of you have not smashed that like button. I'm noticing it. When I'm on other channels, Man United channels, Liverpool channels, Arsenal channels, their fans smash the like buttons. Our fans are really tight with it. It is Daniel Levy. I'll ask nicely as well. I'm not going to keep asking, but I'll ask really nicely. It's 558 of you in here right now. If 20 of you that haven't subscribed could just go over and go bump on the subscribe button. If someone would be so kind to put my link in the chat, I don't know who's in there, if there's any moderators, that would be absolutely lovely. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe. Let's get up to that 8K as quickly as possible. Big up. Ashraf said, tuning in from the Philippines, new subscriber, great show. Thanks, Ashraf. Sometimes it can be tough doing an hour and a half on your own. But hey, I'm getting through the comments. I'm trying to, mate. I am. And welcome. Thank you for subscribing. And as I said, if 15 to 20 of you could that haven't already, that would be absolutely magnificent. We've got loads of content today. I've got this. I'm on with Saeed on his channel at 12. That's a good show. He gets about 1,400, 1,500 people watching, where it's me, Dan Potts from Arsenal, and LB from Man City Extra. We do a fan show. I'm then on with Rants at 5. I'm on with Henry at 6. And then I've got a fan calling show at 7:45. My voice will be a mess. Ulfric said, morning, Sav. I hope you're well. After the developments over the weekend, do you think Kane stays or goes? Mate, I've answered this question so many times. I think Kane goes if Bayern Munich stump up the cash. It's that simple for me. I don't think he wants to be here anymore. To be honest, I'm surprised we've had 10 years out of him or whatever we've had. If he goes for me with my blessing. If he goes, I won't worry about it. I won't cry about it. I won't pine over it. See you later. Good luck with your career. We crack on with Tottenham Hotspur. Danny Glover said, Newcastle currently a bigger football club, but we are the biggest tourist attraction. We are, aren't we? Yeah, we really, really are. Phil Coys, big up Phil. And apologies if I am missing comments. I do apologize. There's just so many. Spurs for life. I mean, listen, I'm going to give you one more chance. I've noticed you're doing this thing. You keep coming in, having a dig at me. You are clout chasing Roy Jennings because he is a very famous football commentator. I mean, first of all, he's not a commentator. Second of all, I'm not clout chasing. I'll debate anyone, mate. It doesn't have to be Roy Jennings. I'll debate anyone. I'm about to start a new show with Lee Mark Judges. I've been on with a Big Six. I don't care, mate. If you think I'm clout chasing, you do not know me at all. So if you keep saying things like that, I'll just block you, but don't be an idiot. Phil Coy said, can't you get people off Last Word on Spurs come on your show for a debate? They won't. They will never have people like me on the show. They will never have the likes of Brian on their show. They don't want that. They don't want that. They need to keep it placid. They get a lot of people that just want it down the middle, and that's fine. Each to their own. As I said, I really like Ricky. I think Ricky's a top guy. He's done really well with his channel, but I just think that at what point do fans go, boom? Listen, I know my opinions are better than Rory Jennings. I'm just not as big as Rory Jennings, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. But hey, it is what it is. Absolutely perchy. Come on, people. Smash the like button. Absolutely. There are some super chats. Let me get to them so it doesn't look like I'm ignoring them. And obviously I never would. Nana Hotspur's come back in with another super chat. Thank you very much. And said, have you got a membership link? Yes, somebody will be so kind to put it in the chat. I don't know if Ben or Brian, I don't know, someone Perchy, would you be so kind? Somebody just to whack it in. I'm not saying you're my moderators, but if someone could, that would be great. Loves music. Thank you very much. Said last one on Spurs had no answer last night when I asked them why no journo holds Spurs to account. All they do is toe the party line. Embarrassing. Do you know what? That is a fantastic, magnificent point that we're going to come to. Kevin Baden, big up to you, channel member as well. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you to the 4 people that have just subscribed. Come on, let's get 15, 20 more subscribers. There's nearly 580 of you in the chat. This point, do you know what? Forget last word on Spurs. You are right. Why is it whenever you watch a Spurs press conference, the hard-hitting questions aren't asked? For me, if I'm a journalist, I'm going in and I'm saying, Ange, we know this isn't your fault. You've only just arrived. Welcome to Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Do you appreciate the fans are frustrated that they haven't signed centre-backs that we've needed at this club for 5 years since Vertonghen and Alderweireld? No one does that. They tiptoe around it and go, Ange, what's the plan for a new centre-back? That's not Postecoglou's fault, but no one asks the hard-hitting questions. No one does. They tiptoe around it because they're scared of having their licence revoked. Again, this guy at party, always polite, but another Levy apologist. It's taken City months to try to get Vardiol. Big transfers like Tapsoba. Tapsoba's not a big transfer. It's like £44 million. In football, that's not a big transfer. Vardiol's 100 million. There's a huge difference. City won't be held to ransom for 100 million. They'll get the best deal. You can't base Man City and Vardiol on us on Tapsoba. That's crazy. Mental gym maths or something, somebody called it just now. It's crazy. Of course he is. Of course he is. He's doing it right now. Of course he is. Ben Spurs has said, effing hell, Mark, you're all that's wrong with the fans. How many previous coaches have come out and said that Levy don't sign who they wanted to and they took the cheap option? I know we're not learning. That's the worrying thing, Ben, is we still have fans going, it's not Levy. Yes, it is. General Zod, I love this. 1966, and said if we wanted these players in, we would have got them in. Hype you up, saying we'll get in 3 centre backs by the end of the window. You'll be grateful to get one. That's the problem. I got the feeling we'll get one decent one cheap one, and then everyone will go, there you go, centre backs came in. It's so Spurs, isn't it? It's Spursy, as we like to call it. It's Spursy. Enoch, to be fair, turned our club around, but have now stayed there. Welcome. I'm not sure what they turned it around from. If I'm really honest, what did they turn it around from? Never forget, Skriniar became Rodon. I have no expectation of anything else based upon hard evidence. There is a long history of this. James, I agree. Do you know what? I tried. People will tell you, I tried to get positive at the beginning of this window. I tried to sit and discuss how surely they're going to back this guy because it's cheaper signings. This is the madness for me. And if I'm ranting, I say I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm here. I'm talking by myself. It sounds like a rant. It will. You know, I understood why we couldn't get Bastoni. I get it. At that price, it's his hometown club. He don't want to leave it. I get it. But not getting a Van de Ven? I mean, I get it up there. Down here, I don't get it. That's what I would say. I'm not naive enough, as everyone in here who knows me and has watched me before, I'm not naive enough to say, just get Vardiol. You know me. I don't expect that. I don't expect that the Nicola Barellas of the world are going to come and join Tottenham Hotspur as he's being linked with Man City. I don't think that. But I do expect that when Spurs are linked with a 22-year-old under-21 Dutch captain from Wolfsburg who aren't even in Europe, I would like to think that that player could come through the door within a week. I really don't understand the problem. Perchy's come in with a question and said, this pre-season has been a shambles. 1 game played, still 0 defenders, Kane saga not resolved. Are you worried that our season is going to be an issue from game 1? Perchy, I'm worried that we're not ready. I'm worried that it's going to be such a slow start as always. This is what I truly worry that we're not going to be ready. I'm not saying we can't win our first game. I'm not saying we won't pick up any points. But surely the whole point of bringing in a manager with this ethos is you give them as much time as possible to implement that ethos and that strategy. So I'm expecting a bumpy first 6 months. The fans will get on Postecoglou's back, but I'm expecting a bumpy 6 months. I will not be getting on this manager's back. I think this guy needs time. Big up to you, Ultras Kenny. Hope you're well. Levy out said, I don't understand what's the point of underplaying how poorly we have been run as a club. Surely they want to get the truth off their chest rather than pussyfooting around it. No, if you're talking about YouTube channels, some YouTube channels won't because they don't want to be seen as me. They don't want to be seen as Stell. They don't want to be seen as Brian Daigle, the negative crew. They don't want to be seen as us. They don't want to be seen as Henry. They don't want to see to be moaning. It's moaning. Telling the truth is moaning. They don't want that. Where are we? Adam has said, hurry up and sell Kane, please. I mean, I'm of the opinion that if he's going, again, get it done now. Give the money to the manager. Like, don't do it in the last week of the window. Ash7 said, VDV was basically done and Levy went back in asking for him cheaper. It's an embarrassing look. It truly, truly is. This is what all the reports were saying, that he did that. Hey, we are Spurs. This is what we do. Lots of people, lots of people in here. There's 595 people at 11 a.m. on a Monday morning. Big up to you all. From 595, 50% of like. There's 305 likes. Get in, smash the like button. To be sure to get your comment read out, put it in a super chat, and keep subscribing. We're only 26 away from 7,600, which is madness because we only went past 7,500 about 36 hours ago. So keep smashing that subscribe, grow the channel with me. I will never forget about the people in my comments. I will never be one of them YouTubers. And I would like to think that that I always interact with people, and hopefully that is respected. Please don't sell Hojbjerg. Oh, I really want to. What do we all make of that, guys and girls? As I'll get to that chat in a bit. What do we all make of that? It's personal terms apparently agreed. Is this now going to be a 3-week saga to try and get a fee agreed with Daniel Levy? What do you think? Digestive, morning, Sav, morning to you. Hope you're well. Absolutely, there it is. You just got to smash on this and just subscribe. It's nice and it's free. It's absolutely free to you. Ultra Kenny said, maybe I've spoken about this. Can it have to be about selling players before letting new players in? I mean, there is that theory, but surely you get the players you need in and then go hell for leather, rip up contracts, get players out cheap. Surely we can't keep running like this. How people tell me, how is Harry Winks the only footballer that has left this football club? And even then, when you see players that are linked with going out, everyone wants to keep them. Oh, keep Lo Celso, keep Hojbjerg, keep this player, keep that. Let them go. Evolve, move on, change it up. This football club. Thanks, Phil. Much appreciated. Why will we suffer without Hojbjerg? Why? Again, we just constantly want the same old players. Why? Kate has said, I cannot fathom why wanting better for your club and demanding more is seen as negative. People need a serious wake-up call for this consistent failure will continue. Absolutely, Rob. Absolutely, Rob Roy. Players come and go. The only constants are the fans, us. Eli, you've got a real strange thing for Hojbjerg. I mean, cool. Good. Spurs Instagram should be getting smashed by angry fans. Alistair Gold just said we're in talks with Barcelona for long way. I mean, it's embarrassing, isn't it? It's absolutely pathetic. And just think all these people, like in the chat right now, all these people that still won't blame Levy, that can't see what's wrong, wait till the end of the window. If we sign Longley and Tosin Adarabioyo as our two centre-halves, how would you all feel? Put it in the chat. Tosin and Adarabioyo, the only two centre-backs that come in. What do you think? Absolutely. I'm going to try and catch up with some comments. There are so many. Yeah. We're in talks for Longley. Absolutely. Thank you, Josh. Much appreciated. Yeah, it's beyond belief, isn't it? It's beyond belief. We're in talks with Longley. Apparently, this is absolutely shocking. You watch some of those more positive channels will tell you how this is a good thing and it's not a bad move. And oh my God. Eli, please stop. Please stop with the Hojbjerg. I mean, get him out. Get a better player in. No way. Is this true? Where's he put that? Is it on his Twitter page? Is that on his Twitter page? Wow. Wow, it is true. Have a look at this, people. Have a look at this. This is crazy. Can you see that? Can everyone see that? Wow, that is absolutely crazy. So it says, exclusive, Al Hilal submitted a formal bid to PSG in order to open talks with Mbappé. 300 million euros, record fee. No talks on the player side. PSG remain convinced that Mbappé already agreed terms with Real Madrid with a contract ready. I mean, I don't think he'll go there, but wow. Just 300 million. The world has gone mad. Romy said Tosin is actually a good player. Listen, I don't mind him, but it can't just be him. It can't be him and Longley, can it? It can't be. Where are we? All these, Bo Ford said, all these Levy apologists, why can't he close on a 5 million young centre-back? Yeah, it's never his fault. It's never his fault. These people always find a way. There's now 604 people in the chat. Now, I'm going to say there's 604 people in the chat, 333 likes. How many of you have subscribed? If you haven't, tell me in the chat why you haven't, and I'll change. No, I won't. If not, tell me why you haven't. If 23 of you, 23 out of 604 people went over and subscribed, how good would that be? Ben has said I was called scum because I wasn't positive about going on tour with two necessary centre-backs, without two necessary centre-backs. Was I right again? You were right. Yeah, you were right. Loads of us said it, Ben. You were one of them. Said it, didn't we? You've got to get the players you need to go on tour with. I don't care what other clubs are doing. Other clubs, don't need this as desperately as us. They don't need it. And the centre-back, it's not like you need a winger. It's not like the winger is the priority. Wingers will blend in. Centre-halves have so much to learn. The relationship with the fullbacks, the relationship with the keeper, the relationship with the centre-mids in front of them, how to play the high line together, building that partnership, who talks, who doesn't, who tells when to go, who tells when to come back. It's such an important area that we just can't seem to ever address. Q7 has said, it's sad Levy's transfer methods are slowing. A positive start for Ange. Instead of us talking about how better we looked, we are worried about signings. At Q7, exactly. Do you know what? Right now, as a club, right now, we should all be going, the two centre-halves are in. And how good does Ange's football look? Yeah, I'm excited for the season. But we're not. We're sitting here with, 18 days to go. 18 days to go until the season starts with the same defenders as last year that let in 63 goals in the Premier League. It's embarrassing. It truly is. Another super chat here from Anna Dawes. Big up, Anna. Beautiful dogs. Beautiful dogs. Are they brother and sister, or brother, sister, or non-binary? I don't know. Got to be careful these days. Anna has said we can't keep players for so long. We still had 8 Poch players when Conte came. Cannot keep them out of nostalgia. We need to progress, not stagnate. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful comment. Absolutely spot on. Again, there's so many players. Honestly, people get attached. Look at the people now. Oh, no, don't let the Viking go. Oh, God. Move on. Like, Chelsea just let 11 players go. And now Callum Hudson-Odoi is going as well. That'll be 12. Their fans aren't crying about it. Get them out. And big up to Brett Laufeed, who has just become a YouTube channel member. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Brett. As you might have heard, from August, we will be doing channel member-only shows and channel member-only call-in shows. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for the 3 people that are just subscribed. Keep subscribing, people. Let's get up those charts. Here we go. Spurs for life has said, Savva, you undermine our new stadium and money we spend. United fans are protesting against Glazers for the gross neglect of their stadium and lack of money spent. So look at things in a balanced perspective. I will, but Man United win trophies. Man United have won multiple Premier Leagues under the Glazers. Man United have won a Champions League under the Glazers. Man United have just won a cup under the Glazers. So I don't understand what on earth Man United have to do with Tottenham Hotspur. I undermine our new stadium. Yeah, because I'm not a fan of stadiums. I'm a football fan. I'm a fan of football. I mean, where are you going with this? You're a Levy apologist, I'm afraid. It's fine, but read the room. Not many people like Levy and Enoch anymore. Let's try and catch up on some. Sorry, let's have a look. What have you sent me, Brian? What have you sent me? Brian, the top bit. I can't see the top bit. I think it's about Longley. Yeah. And Brian has said, in regards to Longley, brilliant. Let's sign a defender that was a big part of having our worst defensive record in Premier League history. Brilliant. Let's sign a player that apparently only playing a back 3 was shocking, and buying for a manager that plays a back 4. We are a joke. Mate, it's absolutely shocking. It's absolutely shocking. Shocking. It's terrible. I'm just embarrassed. I'm embarrassed now. I'm at the stage where it's like I can't have that banter with my mates anymore, no matter what club they support, because my club is just run so terribly. Sav, we will suffer if it means Skip plays more, surely. I don't think there's a massive difference between Skip and Hojbjerg. I think the whole point is that you move Hojbjerg on, and then that money gets given to Postecoglou to get a player in that suits his system better, like a number 6. I don't think it's a like for like. This is what we've got to stop doing. We've got to refresh. We can't just say, oh, that player goes to this one, slots in. We've got to refresh. Joke club, clown club, whichever way you look at it, it's bad. Philly, I don't know why Sanchez involved in pre-season. Again, it was this whole, he needs to look at everyone. Rich has said, if it's Tosin and Longley, I'm joining the protests. It's just absolutely shocking. Tosin and Longley in my seat is going on exchange all season. It's just getting a little bit embarrassing, isn't it? Everything about the club now is so stale. So stale. No, Savva, we're buying Tosin and Adebayo, not Fulham Adebayo. This club, man. Tosin and Longley, not good enough. It's just bad, isn't it? It's absolutely bad. And I would love to know, why don't the Alistair Golds ask the question? Say, sorry, we're signing Longley and Tosin Adebayo. What are the hopes with those two moving forward? How comes we're not looking at better? No one will ask these questions. No one will ask them at all. Big up to the 607 of you in the chat. This is mental. Please keep smashing that like button to be guaranteed to have a super chat read out. To have a chat read out, put it in a super chat. 50% of that money does go to the British Heart Foundation as well. Brian and I will go live the moment it's signed and we'll screen the place down. It's just so bad. Yeah, seen the Mbappé news, just seen it. I can't imagine. If Mbappé goes to Saudi Arabia, what does that say for him? That's not a good look for him. The club is embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. Again, so absolutely no sign of ambition. It's just bad, isn't it? It's so bad. It's so bad. No Longley rumours from Gold. Well, apparently he's put it out there that we're in talks with Barcelona. It won't be me, Cantab. I'll be honest. It won't be me watching the Saudi league. If I'm brutally honest. Christopher Beer said supporting Spurs is like supporting a drug addict. You can tell them all the best things to do to improve, but they just have to want to do it their own thing and get worse. Yeah, it is bad, isn't it? Danny, Savva, stop being negative. Dyron and Dombele deserve a chance as the rest. It's not about history, it's about now. Yeah, Dan, when these people say this, it just makes you laugh. Mark Saunders said, please no, Longley, he's crap. Part of the reason why we conceded so many goals, he's so slow. I don't get it. Can anyone give me any shining light to Longley joining? He's not quick. He's not good in a back four. What on earth? How does he fit this system? Everyone in the chat is saying it. People are sending stuff through to me. I'm not on Twitter. I think the place is an absolute cesspit, Matt. I won't go on Twitter. Everyone just abuses everyone else. Where are we? There's so many comments. So many comments. Morton Barley said, been looking back on your past videos and seeing how upbeat and optimistic you were. Levy is like a dementor, just sucks all the happiness out of everybody. We are useless. Absolutely, mate. It's drained. Any early summer optimism has gone. This club is just an absolute disgrace. Mark said, by the way, I'm not a Levy apologist and enjoy listening to your opinion, but I hope we sign two quality centre-backs, definitely at least one who's a left footer. Mate, listen, I agree, but the thing is, when we say things like, oh, how can we blame Levy and is it his fault? It's always his fault. 23 years this pattern has been going around. Listen, Shawnee's my guy. So Stuart said, I unsubscribed. You kept having that idiot Sean on. Other than that, you do fine work. Well, Stuart, then you're not welcome here. Sean's my guy. And I would rather have him on my shows than you as a subscriber. So if you don't like it, then you don't have to be here. Weird if you're still watching me, but you unsubscribed because I might have someone on you don't like. But listen, Sean's my guy. I won't be throwing him under the bus. So cool. It is what it is. Where are we? God, there's so many comments. It's absolutely unbelievable. The dogs are mum and son. Of all the combos I picked, not one did I get right. As7, I said United will spend 200 million this summer. Yep. But don't worry, they're protesting, so it means that we should be grateful we've got Levy, whilst their club still wins trophies time and time again, even when they're not at their best. Look at them last year. They're in transition. 2 cup finals, won one of them. Unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable. Guys and girls, we're an hour and 12 minutes into the show. There are 622 people in the chat. All I need is 18 more of you to go over there and smash the subscribe button. Please do. And then we can get to the 7,600 by the end of this show. We're going to be going for another half an hour or so. And then we've got the fan phone-in show. I think we're going to have a lot of people that want to phone in, have an event. That'll be at 7:45 p.m. tonight. Where are we? Let's... by the way, I was just joking about the non-binary thing. Let's not have discussions about that in the chat. It's a political one I don't want to get into. I was just joking about the dogs. That was all. Relax, people. Red Jabby has said Liverpool have midfield issues and Klopp blew it up and started again, including club captain and vice captain. Yeah, different between a club that's run well and a club that isn't. That's the difference. Straight away, boom, boom. We need centre mids. Soboslai, Alexis McAllister. They're going to bring in, they've already said they're going to bring in one or two more. Just a difference in how clubs are run. Yeah, multi-channel. I feel sorry for him. Not because I think he wants amazing players. I feel sorry for him because he wants players he can work with and coach. He's not even asking for the Bastonis of this world. I am surprised as well that we haven't gone in for Phil Jones. Oh, don't. I've got this horrible feeling. I've had it all year that we might end up with Harry Maguire. Oh, my God. Talking of that, I'd rather have Maguire in the back four than Longley, laugh out loud. Yeah, it is worrying, isn't it? It is so, so, so worrying. Loves music. I said, for me, the worst thing is there's no communication. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. And you're right. There's never any communication with this club. We're a bit of a joke. Graham, big up, Graham. Hope you're well. Nice to meet you that time. Seems like a while, probably about a year ago now, wasn't it? Said the stadium was supposed to be a game changer. What a lie. For sure. Or I think loads of people believed it, which was the problem. Savva, can't wait to hear you and LB go at it again about Kane. Shout out to LB. He's playing the perfect devil's advocate. Yeah, listen, I don't think we were going at it. I like LB. I think we're just having a conversation. I just think, it's different when you're within a club, when you support that club, it's a very different to the outside looking in. Rango, yeah, don't come on, not quite. Maybe end your love affair with Spurs, but not end it all. Patrick Cahill has said, can't say I'm surprised about the Longley potential signing. It's quite obvious Kane would have asked for reassurances about future signings, and the fact he looks likely to leave says it all. Yeah, imagine if you are a Harry Kane and you're looking at Spurs being linked with Longley, who's awful, Tosin, a decent defender, but, yeah, I agree. I agree with this. For me, Winks and Skip, the same player. I think they're both average footballers. Neither should be at Tottenham. One of them isn't, as we know. It's just, I don't know anymore, guys and girls. I don't know. Romy has said, Sav, it's 3 a.m. in LA. I joined the stream in a good mood, but after hearing the Longley news, I feel like crying. Yeah, sorry about that. Maybe head out to a nightclub or something. Yeah, it's not good. If it's true, it's not good, is it? Yeah, this one drives him mad. The Postecoglou needs to see them with his own eyes. Like he wouldn't know who they are. Like it's just so bad. Campbell Lee has said karma on Levy would actually be to get relegated. I think that's the only way we will get him gone. I mean, the problem is when you get relegated, who's then going to pay the 3 or 4 billion that ENIC want? So, because you've now not got Premier League money coming in. It's a strange one. It's a strange one. Spencer Arnold said, even Tosin and VDV is good. VDV is only 35, 40 million, 35, 40, and Tosin 20 million. Listen, if it's going to be those two, get them in. But Longley, just Longley in a back four. Oh my God, just South Coast Spurs girl said, I feel sorry for Ange. You were spot on with your comments about the bus earlier. Yeah. Oryx Beats, channel member, has said, Jesus can turn water into wine, but he definitely can't make Longley a good defender. Yeah, it's so worrying. Another channel member, Single Parent Theory, has said, I hope Ange doesn't think that speaking up to the ownership about this will damage his career, but despite his strength and conviction, I'm not sure this is his dream shot. I feel sorry for the guy. You could see what he's trying to do with the team in one game. and he just needs a bit of help to do that. And we're talking about 60, 70 million for 2 centre-backs, and we just can't get it done. Guys and girls, there's still 607 of you in the chat. Absolutely crazy. We're nearly at 400 likes. Smash that subscribe button. We are only 13 subscribers away from today's target of 7,600. So please keep smashing that button. Where are we? God, I'm so far behind. There's so many people in the chat. Where are we? Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't understand the hate on anyone. Sean's a top content creator. He goes deep. He looks for salient points, and he won't just go with the masses. I like that Sean challenges. I think Sean and I agree on a lot, and we don't agree on a lot of stuff as well. We row, we argue, but it's good. It's good to have heated debates. It's good to see things from a different side. So I don't know why the hate from that person, to be honest. Absolutely. He said the main thing here is there are 0 echo chambers. We'll prod ourselves to share opinions and debate. Bang on, Perchy. Big up, my man. Where are we? Got so many comments. Liverpool fans are FSG out. Why? They would have a heart attack if they had our owners. Do you know what, Kudos? When I stream with other content creators of these clubs that win things, and they're talking about their owners, I always say to them, look, guys and girls, you might hate your owners, but try having Daniel Levy and Enoch for a year or two, and then see when you're being given players like Longley. Can you imagine? When Man United needed a centre-half, instead of getting Lissandro Martinez and Varane, they'd gone and got Longley. Can you imagine? Rashid. Oh, complete crap about Longley. If we wanted him, he would have been signed already. I promise you we will get one of the centre-backs and probably both. I promise you. Rashid, you can't promise me anything. I can't. No disrespect. How are you promising that? Kieran Lindsay, it says, Savva, in your opinion, why are we so bad at offloading unwanted players compared to other top 6 teams? Well, I think I think we can say half it is that the players aren't good enough. We've kept them so long that people have seen how bad they are year after year after year. We ask for too much money and we don't rip up their contract. Lauren Echo said, Stella's completely right. We can cry all we want, but action is what's needed. Look, I agree with Stell on the whole Enoch Levy out. Where Stell and I disagree, he knows this. We talk about this. I just don't think the protests work. I said the same thing to Brian. I said the same thing to Phil P. For me, you're not protesting against football owners anymore. This is what I don't think people understand. They have built a business to the way they want it. They haven't built it so that Spurs fans can cry and then they leave. That's the problem. We can all go out there and protest, but why would they sell it? They're making so much money from it, which is what it was designed to do. So that's where Stella and I differ. But listen, I respect Stella and the boys who go out and have these protests. I respect that. But I just feel it's futile for me to do it because I don't think it makes a difference. All the while, the boxing's there, the NFL's there, the concerts, the F1, the Skywalk, all the money coming in from the Asian market, from the American market. All the while, all that's there, they're not leaving. I said it before, I'll say it again. It just is. It is what it is. All right. Yeah, the stadium is a game changer, but it's not, unfortunately. Yeah, you're right. The game change, the way it's a game changer is we now pay more than ever to watch football. We made better signings when we were at White Hart Lane than we do whilst we're at the Tottenham Stadium. Actually, it's always going to be White Hart Lane to me, but you know what I mean. Anna Dawes, a big up, Anna, for another super chat. It's very kind of you. I said, if the Longley deal is true, then why we celebrate mediocrity? Levy bargain bucket deals do not cut it. 60 plus goals against, and we reward that for God's sake. Enoch, just go. You're bleeding the life from my club. I think this is the point. Is we are rewarding players that were part of the worst offence we've had for years, aren't we? We're just rewarding them over and over again. There will be people that come in and say, there will be people that come in and say, oh, Longley, but he's played for Barcelona and this and that. But Come on, let's be realistic. Guys and girls, we've got another 25 minutes to go. One last push. Let's smash the subscribe button. If 15 of you do, we reach our target for today, and I'll be eternally grateful. As I said, I'm looking to make this my full-time job within the next 6 to 12 months, so please help out where you can. Morton Barley has said, Savva, how directly involved do you think Joe Lewis is with the Kane situation? Do you think he's leaving it all for Daniel to sort out? I mean, has Joe Lewis ever really been that involved? He's kind of let Daniel Levy run and do his own thing. He's turned it into a £1 billion business. I don't know is the honest answer. I saw the reports yesterday saying that Lewis has said that he must sell Kane. He can't go on a free. I don't know how much of that I believe. There's just so many reports around this football club. Wow, if that's true, if they're offering him 13 million a week, wow, that's just absolutely crazy. Mum Spaghetti has said, big up Savva, haven't talked to you in a while. Postecoglou is the man for you. He demands and says it as it is, like Conte. I would swap him and send Eric 10 fraud your way in a heartbeat. Listen, I like Postecoglou. I've got no issues with the man at all. I like the way his teams play. Eric 10 fraud, it's a bit harsh, isn't it? I mean, he got you back to Champions League football and two finals and won one of the trophies. It's a little bit harsh, isn't it? Why is he a fraud? I'd be really interested to know why he's a fraud. Absolutely. There it is. There it is. All you got to do, as Mark said, just smash that subscribe, smash the like. I think we've made it over to 400 likes, 398 likes now. And channel membership is available. Ben Gibber said, I like something about Hojbjerg. However, his lack of consistency has let him down. Not to mention we've overplayed him. It's still time to go. Look, I like his attitude. He looks like a great guy. But for me, I think we need better and different in that position. Better and different. John Langford said, I'm 66. We used to be a cup team. We're not even that now. It breaks my heart to see what we've become. Hate leaving ENIC. Yeah, I think this is the key thing. A lot of the fans, I mean, I would say older. Sorry, John, you said you're 66. Even me at 40, right? Even me, I'm 26 years your junior. But even me, when I grew up watching Spurs, we were a cup team. We won trophies, and there was a feel-good factor around the club. Now there's just no feel-good factor at all. It's been drained. Phil Pierce said, Sean is saying he now appreciates and agrees more and more with Levy out. He simply likes to offer a contrarian point of view. Listen, I think, you know, Sean's a great YouTube content creator. Look at the rate he's growing. He's a great content creator. So I think that Stuart guy needs to back off a little bit. Feel sorry for the manager. Has he lived under a rock for 23 years and not seen how many managers are treated, not backed, thrown under the bus at this club? I thought it was smart. Why did they come here? I mean, I suppose you could say that it's a step up from Celtic. It's an opportunity. I don't know. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't want Maguire in. Don't be so silly. 259 million pounds is the bid for Mbappé. Wow, that's just absolutely. I'm guessing that's 300 million euros without looking. Big up from Tenerife. Oh, you've got better weather than I have. I've got peeing down rain here, and a little pug that's sleeping. That's what we've got here in South London. Surely Longley wouldn't be happy with Spurs still deciding whether they want him or not. I'm just hoping it's all fake. Aaron J says, Savva, if we get VDV and Tosin and sell Kane, where do you think we'll finish? If we get VDV and Tosin and sell Kane, I think if you sell Kane, you get in another couple of forwards. I think we'll be fine. I do think we'll be fine. I'm worried about the back four. I'm not worried about Kane going. I know that sounds backwards. I think that this system will allow for players to get more involved in the game, more players chipping with goals, and you sign players that can grab you 10 to 15 goals a season. But that's got to be tagged on to getting the centre-backs as well. But good question. Mr. Post Office has said, Savva, you are right about the protest. They do nothing. Ashley didn't sell Newcastle because of the protest. He waited until he got the money he wanted. Look, I think the key thing is I think Mike Ashley was always going to sell that. And, you know, Mike Ashley sold it for like 330 million, whatever it was. But Mike Ashley was just selling a football club, wasn't he? You know, ENIC aren't just selling a football club. They're selling this multi-corporate entertainment enterprise. Whatever words you want to chuck into it. I agree. For how much it costs, the food actually isn't that nice at the stadium. Yeah. Rango, I did as well. We're finding middle ground now. I fooled myself at the beginning of this window thinking I genuinely didn't think we wouldn't be able to get Van der Ven. Get it over the line. Like, come on, just get it over the line. He's perfect for the system we need. He's perfect for the system we need. Ben has said opposition fans have seen it too. There was a while where there were opposition fans envied how Levy and Nick have run the club and his negotiation style. Some of our own fans struggle to see it. Mad. It's bad. It's bad. Well, that's the conversation, isn't it? How long until they are entered in? But that's another story for another day. Big up, Kate. Hope you are well. Levy hasn't shown Kane any ambition for him to sign a new contract. We have money. Why can't we spend money? Need to get centre-backs in. Yeah, it's always the way. Thank you to everyone who's liked the show so far. We've got 407 likes, which is amazing. Let's get to 500. Keep smashing that like button. And we are only now 10 subscribers away from 7,600, which will be 100 subscribers in 36 hours, which will be absolutely crazy. Yeah, I've seen those reports. I'm not sure how much I believe them. I mean, Joe Lewis hasn't really been involved in anything for years, has he? So I'm not sure why now. Where are we? So I'm just trying to come down to get to the same comments where you guys are. Where are we? I won't read the name of it. It says, Savva, how many trophies do you think we would have won if we didn't knock down White Hart Lane and stayed there after that amazing season we had there? Look, I don't know how many we would have won because we would have still had Daniel Levy in charge. But all I know is that nothing's got better since we've moved stadium. Can anyone tell me, on a football note, what's got better? On a football note, what's got better? Good question from me there. I think I'm gonna pat myself on the back for my own question. On a football note, what's got better since we moved stadium? I don't think anything has. I think it's been some really bad years. Mr. Post Office, you use Newcastle. I use the lot down the road where thousands turned up and wanted change, and they made huge changes. Do you see them protesting now? No, because they got the change. I think the difference is with them, Brian, is Arsenal. Again, we're protesting against a football club. I don't think we're protesting against just a football club anymore, mate. I think you're protesting against so much of the business that I can't see why they would ever leave. You know how much I want them to go, Brian. I just can't see why they would ever leave. They've built what they built on purpose. This isn't an accident. They didn't stumble across the NFL and the concerts and the boxing and the stadium. They built this on purpose. They told us they were doing it. I just can't see how this ever, unless they want to go. And that's why listen, I don't want to be two-faced. Brian, I've always said this to you. I've always said this to Stell. I've said it to everyone. This is why I don't protest. I don't knock anyone. Hopefully you'll agree with me, Brian. I don't knock anyone for protesting. I just don't see that it's worth my time. Andy says, Savva, I do think it's time for Kane to go now. You know, he's going to drag out all summer and just do us damage. I agree with you. I agree. He doesn't want to be here, it seems. Let's hope Bayern put the money in. Once he goes, we can actually be a football team that doesn't revolve around one player. Does it get worse before it gets better? Quite possibly. We've been in this position before. The club didn't fold. We didn't go into administration. We bounced back. Last time we actually let our top player go, we bounced back. We made Champions League. It was fine. We've been back in Champions Leagues and close to winning trophies. So, you know, it's not the end of the world. Phil has said, if we sell Kane, we will have a totally different way of playing and it'll be refreshing to see. Hopefully we won't be reliant on just Kane and have goals and assists from all around the squad. I think we have to do that. Here he is, Mr. I have a go at Savva last night. This is the guy who doesn't think Sanchez, that VDV is better than Sanchez. And what was it? What was I? An alarmist. An alarmist. An alarmist, I believe you called me. What happened to Arsenal is basically what is now happening to us. Yeah, we're just doing it on a bigger scale. You know, their stadium got used every now and then for like a summertime ball or something. Our stadium is now not a football stadium. Absolutely. On the pitch, everything's got worse since we left White Hart Lane. It's been absolutely shambolic. Aaron J. says, Savva, do you think Levy won't ever sell? I think he'll pass it down to his son this summer. This is the worry. Look, I've said this so many times. They've built what they've built on purpose. It's done by design, right? If I go to the end of my garden and build a gym, right? If I go and build a gym and a studio, which I am hoping to do this year at some point, if I build a gym and a studio at the end of my garden, and then people go, oh, will you sell it now? Well, no, I've built the gym and the studio at the end of the garden because I want a studio and a gym, and that's what I want. That's what Spurs have done. They've built this stadium so they can host all of these different events and make all this revenue. I can't see what protesting will do. It's only me. I'm not knocking people. You know, it is possible to all want Levy out and have different views on how that works. But Loves Music said, even Paul Merson said we would have won the league if we'd stayed at White Hart Lane after we went unbeaten our last season. I mean, yeah, I guess there's no way of knowing, is there? I think that's the problem. There's no real way of knowing that. But look, all I know is it's got much worse. 8 subscribers away now, people. 585 of you in here. 8 subscribers away from 7,600. And we are flying on the likes. We now have 425 likes. So thank you very much. Bless me. Sorry. I just thought everyone wouldn't want me sneezing loudly into the microphone. Where are we? Romy, big up. Thank you so much for the super chat all the way out there in LA. You said you were. So I started supporting the club in 2013 and was optimistic during the pot years. It's a shame we didn't achieve what we should have, but I've always been hopeful that our time will come. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Savva. Romy, I've been a Spurs fan since out the womb, 1982. And I'm still hoping for good times. But listen, I like your positivity, my man. And hopefully we get there. Daniel Turner said our club has no ambition. They just count profit. It's only a success as a money-making machine. The new stadium is the death of our club. And do you know what, Daniel? This is when I got my most hate, was during the Twitter years when Spurs were building the stadium. And I kept saying, and I had the same opinions. So Stell did, Brian did. We were all saying, the stadium won't change how the owners work. And everyone said, you're negative. Wait and see. We need this to compete. I've been in the stadium 5 years and we're still sitting there going, right, what's changing? Nothing's changing. Apparently we need to get players out to get Van der Ven in. You know what I mean? And yet we were called negative. We were not real fans. These owners are absolutely shocking. Always have been. Mum Spaghetti has said, Ten Hag just waffles nonsense too much. He also replaced CR7 with a Dutch lamppost. I will never forgive him for that blasphemy. I think you're being really harsh. 2 finals. What did he finish? 3rd, 4th in the league. Got Champions League football, 2 finals, 1 a final. Let's be fair. He brought in Weghorst as a stopgap, and you're buying a centre forward this summer. He didn't bring him in for forever, did he? He was a stopgap. And he was part of a team that went on a really good run and didn't lose many games and got to finals. I think you're being really harsh. Try supporting Spurs. I don't know how these fans of bigger clubs would cope supporting Spurs. Mate, I don't know. James, this is the thing. I'm not sitting here saying, I don't know. I don't go to the games because I won't put money into their pockets. I'm not saying the people that do are wrong, but there are people that want to protest, people that don't. People want to go to the games, people that don't. All I'm saying is there are a lot of different people that want ENIC and Levy out, but have different ways and understandings of what that means. Big up Brian and said, Savva, team wasn't aimed at you. No, mate, I know. That's all I'm saying. No, Brian, dude, me and you are cool. You know that. Only but love for you, Brian. Just what the point I was trying to make to people, Brian, is that me and you can have the same opinion, but maybe a different avenue or route of how to get there, right? And as I said, I've got nothing but respect for the people, for the people that do protest. I've got nothing but respect for them. I just don't think it will work personally. That's only me. Hey, but all the while people are buying merchandise, all the while people are going to the games, all the while people are spending lots of money there. Look how many fans travel around the world to watch them play. Right? All the while, you've got YouTube channels like Chris Cowling just bigging the club up. People like Lee McQueen making excuses for why the club haven't signed centre-backs. And all the while, you've got people believing that. You've got people in the chat already going, oh, but Lee said this. So, he's wrong. He's categorically wrong. Okay, Rashid is promising me stuff. Savva, by the way, my ex-girlfriend promised me stuff. Just saying. Now I'm married to someone else. Savva, bro, the reason I can promise at least one of the target scenes coming, likely tap sober by Wednesday morning. My sister works at Spurs and the German teams believe the Kane deal done, asking more money. Mate, listen, I think, first of all, surely the more likely one is Van der Ven. What does your sister do at Spurs? That'd be interesting to know. No, there isn't a good defender in there. No, he can't turn it around. I'm going to quickly skip on from that. Brett Lafide, a new channel member, said, we've been suffering with these same defenders who have stuffed free managers and the club still can't see the issues. It's madness. I almost feel that they can see the issues, Brett. I just don't know what the desire is to plug the gap. I don't know what the desire is. Blacker Music has said, Savva, you have to respect what Levy doing off the pitch. However, we all want success on it. Now, my dad used to take me to the Water Lane on his shoulders. The good days, man. Listen, I agree with the second half. I don't know what am I respecting about what he's doing off the pitch. It doesn't impact me as a football fan at all. The stadium, you know, like when people say, oh my God, you've got the best stadium in the world. So? Even if I went still, you go in that stadium once a fortnight. Why do I care about a nice shiny stadium? Villa worried about still playing in Villa Park. Chelsea are in Stamford Bridge and have been the most decorated team for 20 years. These teams haven't got these big, fancy, shiny stadiums. It just is what it is. Big up Kate, just a girl who loves Spurs. Get over there and subscribe to her. I said, you get stick, Savva, but big up for speaking the truth. That's all right. I can take the stick. Listen, when I was on Twitter, I had death threats sent to my house and letters sent to my missus. And yeah, this is nothing. That's why when people are like, oh, you said this, I'm like, yeah, whatever, bro. I don't care. Yeah, the fact that people were sending stuff to my house, how worrying is that? They could have turned up at any time. But you know what? I wasn't worried. It wasn't me being scared. It was more not fair on my missus. For football, right? For football opinions. Football is about periods. It might take another 20 years. Yeah, well, bear in mind, we've not won the league since 61, so I'm not sure. Rango said, no, Conor Gallagher has been deemed surplus to requirements of Chelsea and the midfielder is ready to leave. Tottenham and West Ham are leading the race. Interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Romy said Kinsella is not a reliable source. It's all happening, isn't it, today? Thanks for the support, Savva. At Just a Girl, you're completely right that he talks the truth. Unfortunately, it's a truth that some don't like, but it's the truth Savva is on the money. Listen, I don't want to be right. Do you know what? I don't. Do you know what I want to do? I want to be able to sit here. I want to be able to sit here at the beginning of this season and go, do you know what? At last, we got everything done. At last, we got 2 top centre-halves, a defensive midfielder, a couple new forwards, and we go again. I've been saying that for 15, 16 years, and I'm still sitting here waiting to be proven wrong by this club. I mean, we're saying it definitely got to Levy. So it's got to Levy so much that he's just done the same old in the transfer window again. Clearly didn't get to him, did it? Do you know what I mean? It clearly didn't get to him. There's no evidence that it got to him. Mum Spaghetti said, we would go on all day if I listed all his flaws, especially when he said he loved Maguire, then dropped him as captain. Yeah, but mate, listen, look at the evidence on the pitch. You're better than you were. 2 cup finals. You won one of them. You're bringing in good players. You brought in Casemiro. You've brought in Lisandro Martinez. You brought in Onana. You might get Amrabat, Højlund, Anthony. I mean, how you guys can moan about your manager is beyond me. Yeah, this is the report going around then, isn't it? Everyone's starting to say it. Where are we? Oh, leaking glasses. Yeah, we got the beer that fills up from the bottom. I agree, Rango. I agree. It was an old school stadium, but it was ours. I loved it there. The new ground. For me, again, it screams of people that have gone not for the football. It just feels like everyone's there for a nice day out. The club shop is packed. It's just everyone's there for a nice day out. And it's a real shame. Guys and girls, keep smashing that subscribe button. We are now only 8 subscribers away. Who's going to be nice enough to go and smash that subscribe button for me? 8 away from 8 away from the target today of 7,600. And that'll be 100 subscribers in 36 hours. So please do. Please do. Where are we? Loads and loads of. Ash7 is saying Kinsella is reliable for Chelsea news. David said, Savva, as an Irish Spurs fan, peaceful protest will get us nowhere, as has been seen throughout the world. So deem that as you think. Look, I just think it's look, it is what it is. I think we've done the protest talk to death over the last couple of years. Each to their own. Those that go and do it, great. I just don't see it's having any effect, any impact. I don't think it will. I don't think these people care. I think they're ruthless businessmen. I don't think they care about the football side. Why would we think people that don't care about the football side will sell up because of the football fans? I think they'll sell up when they want to. I'd take that as a 2. It has to be both, though. It can't just be one. It has to be both. Absolutely. The club don't care. Absolutely, they don't. I wouldn't mind him either. I think centre-backs, we need centre-backs, but I wouldn't mind him either. He'll offer a good engine in midfield. He gets forward. He goes and links up play. He grabs the odd goal. I don't mind him. I'm not saying I'm his biggest fan, but I don't mind him. Guys and girls, we're going to go for another 6 minutes. So please smash that like button. Please subscribe. If for the last 5 minutes we can get a few people to subscribe, that'd be wonderful. This will be the problem. Whatever a club wants, we will offer less, and then we'll mess about, and it'll be long. Gallagher running up blind alleys. I mean, that's not always true, is it? I mean, he's got the stats were for the last 2 years in the Premier League that he, more than any other player, goes to join in from midfield into the box with the forwards and gets in the box. And when you think about how Postecoglou works, sometimes we have to think about our or what if a player is great versus do they fit the manager's ethos. And I think the way that Postecoglou plays with lots of midfielders getting in the box, lots of people scoring goals, I think that he would be a decent signing. KMD has said, for years I've always heard, if not protest, what else can we do? And I've always the same expression and say boycott, but that's much harder to do, right? Well, listen, I boycott the games because the problem I have is, and I'll call it out, lots of these people that want to protest, they go and protest in the street and then go into the stadium and pay to watch. I can't make that make sense. I'm just me. I can't make it make sense. Absolutely. Rob said in 1984, Keith Bergenstraff leaving the club said there was a football club over there. There was once a football club over there. Yeah, it's bad. Look, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, listen, I'm not putting the two managers against each other. I just think you sound well ungrateful. I don't know what Ten Hag's done wrong. Yeah, I do. Not the scraps, but yeah. Loves Music has said, I predict 2 centre-backs that no one has ever heard of. Listen, you wouldn't put it past Tottenham to do that, would you? You really, really wouldn't. Listen, guys and girls, I am, unless I've missed any super chats, I am going to wrap up the show. So before I do, let me say thank you to Loves Music. Thank you for Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Thank you to Romy. Thank you to Anna Dawes, to Loves Music, to Brett for becoming a channel member, to Anna Dawes again, to Q7, Kevin Baden, Loves Music, Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs, Nana Hotspur, and Nana Hotspur. Thank you so much to everyone in the chat. I've really enjoyed this morning. I don't think we've had too many. Trolls. Yeah, I actually agree with this. Just quickly before we go, I actually agree with this. I think what he's got is a fantastic engine, and as I said, he likes to drive forward into the box and score goals. He did it the other night for Chelsea. Saw him get into the box, right place, right time, grabs a goal. I'm not, again, by the way, that's not me saying he would be my first choice, but if that's who we get in, I wouldn't be upset by that. Savva, if we ended the window with one of Van der Ven, Tapsoba and Tosin, as well as Gallagher, I think it would be a good window if that happens. Good. I'm not going overboard. I think it would be a good window. We sorted out some players, got some good engines into the team, some players that can push, some press, players that can play out from the back, players that can head the ball. I would be quietly happy with that. Thank you so much to everybody who's come into the show today. I've really, really enjoyed it. We've had over 630 people at one stage. Please, on your way out, smash the subscribe button if you haven't. It really does help me out. We're 6 subscribers away from today's target. Join me live tonight at 7:45 p.m. for the live Spurs call-in show where a lot of people will want to rant, and I'm sure we'll probably have some news in the next 12 hours or so. 12 hours? What terrible maths. In the next 8 hours before that show starts. So join me in 8 hours. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. I really do appreciate the support. Thank you for not having too many twats in the chat today. See you later. Take care.